Let's talk about 4 common scenarios where clarifying questions could really help in the classroom. Being locked in a position. I mean, when you're locked into a position, how many solutions do you normally have, Star? Just one, right?
And whose is it?
Yours?
Right. So, could clarifying questions be a good way to, if you're talking to a co-teacher, let's say a parent comes in with some medication, and they want you to give it every time little Susie coughs. You can explain the policy. What's it probably going to do?
Right.
Enrage
It's gonna
them.
upset them
Right.
because it's not what they want.
Right. So would clarifying questions be a way to get at what the need is and find another way to meet the solution?
Yes.
Right. Another one could be, there's a problem that keeps happening in the classroom. Let's take medication again. Tarnisha, have you guys ever filled out the medication forms wrong? They're hard to do.
Yeah.
Is it more effective for us to come in and tell you, boy, you've done the forms wrong again, or to ask a series of clarifying questions to understand your understanding of how to use the forms? Which is going to shut you down or make you feel more empowered?
Well, because what would shut us down is that you would come and just tell us everything that's wrong with the form without explaining.
So you would prefer clarifying questions?
Yes.
Tell me why you made this decision. Tell me your understanding of the policy.
Yeah.
Right. Takes a little more time, but then you don't spend 2 hours fuming about it later, right?
Yeah.
Right. Do you ever find yourself getting defensive, any of you?
Mm-hmm.
Do you ever use clarifying questions as a way to get out of that? It works, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah.
When you feel under attack.
Mm-hmm.
What about the fourth one is the body language. Do you pay much attention to body language of other people and ever ask them, boy, Star, I've noticed blah, blah, blah. What's going on?
I do.
You do.
I do. A lot. I take a lot of cues from that.
Ola?
I think a classic example, like it's a problem with my vision. I don't see faces. These glasses are just for reading. And when I talk to you, I do like this, and people sometimes interpret it like I'm rolling my eyes over them. And there was a teacher who just burst, and it was while preparing progress report cards, because in order to read, I have to do this, then to ask you a question, I have to do this. And finally she burst and says, stop rolling your eyes on me. I'm tired of that. You are doing it for so long. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. I'm not. It's just because I don't see, and it takes me. So that's why clarifying questions. Yeah,
Wow.
she came to the point that she burst. She,
Because the olives rolling.
yeah. And this is a very classic example.
Wow. 93% of all communications are nonverbal, right?
Yeah.
Or 93% of the questions we ask about those nonverbal communications.
What now?
No,
Are
I don't
90%? No.
No,
they're
not at all.
Not even 5%. But we're paying, and the unfortunate thing is we are subconsciously paying attention to nonverbal, right? But we're not taking that information and acting on it enough.
So what you're saying is when you see body language that you are assuming means something, you need to stop the conversation and ask right then.
And it could be as simple as, Deborah, I see your back is turning to me and you're typing. You say you're listening, but it
How
doesn't
can you
appear,
be?
how can you
Right.
be?
Yeah.
That would be a simple one. Another one could be, Tarnisha's in a meeting and she's been cleaning that counter for 15 minutes, right? Tarnisha, what's going on? Nothing, right? Nothing, I'm just cleaning the counter. Oh, come on. And really talking about it.
Okay.
And we miss huge opportunities to open up conversations, don't we, when we don't pay attention to the nonverbal.
Do y'all, in your daily meetings, does anybody ever say your spine is perfectly straight and your back is not even touching the chair, you seem upset?
No.
No? Y'all don't really comment on body. I
Not
don't think,
on
I
body
don't really
language.
hear it. We don't do that in our meetings. Maybe we should.
No.
Yeah, no, yeah.
We've
During
done
it.
it once.
You
when-
do?
But, I mean, we knew the teacher was upset, but we could just tell by her body language that she was ticked off.
And she's
so-
telling you,
Right.
Did
definitely
you talk
saying
about it?
something.
Well, we gave her time to cool off and,
You acknowledged it.
right.
By the way, I use it a lot in interviews. I'm paying a lot of attention to nonverbal cues. And I'll unnerve some people because I'll talk to them about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want to see. I don't do it for mind games, by the way.
Oh, yes, you do.
Take out the knot.
She enjoys
When she
that.
says I'm not, take the knot out. Okay, the pink elephant in the room.
People don't talk about body language.
No, they don't.
I mean, I don't know people that say, oh, do you think, I mean, I don't, Paula probably does, but, you know, at home or I don't know if it's regional. I don't know if it's considered rude. I don't know if it's not considered at all. But we generally don't comment on the person's demeanor.
But how many times in your life can you think of your parents commenting on body language when you were growing up?
Oh, don't you roll your eyes at me.
Oh, my
Get,
mom.
get your behind off your shoulders, young miss.
Yeah,
Stalking around here like you
yeah.
own the joint.
My mother did. Was that your mom too? Or
Uh,
your dad?
Well, it just, no, not my parents so much, but, well, yeah.
Yeah, my
some,
mom
but
did.
just all the adults of my friends, they were not shy about telling us, you know, there was an attitude adjustment,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah,
There was something that
exactly.
needed to be paid attention to.
Yeah.
And it generally was because you were having an attitude. So maybe that's why we don't comment on it, because
It made us feel
it
uncomfortable.
makes
Right.
us feel uncomfortable.
Conflict.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's true.
And the body language that we fear most, or that we don't want to, you know, get in with, is the frustrated, angry.
Right.
If somebody shuts
Absolutely.
down, I am right there with a box of tissues.
Right.
Oh, honey, what's going on? Let's talk about this. But if they're angry, I'm like, all right, another time. Let her.
Yeah.
I'm just going my way here, and I'll come back another.
I'll sidestep you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'm thinking of a recent interview I did where a young lady kept asking me the same question like 12 different ways. And by the end, I could either hold that and think, this woman is dense, right? Or I am so confused. Or I can ask her, and I finally said, you are really confusing me because you have asked me this question repetitively like 10 or 12 times now. Can we talk about why you've done that? And we had an in-depth conversation about it. But if I hadn't asked her,
What was the question?
Yeah.
Do you have
it was around how long she would trial, how she,
Oh. I know who you're talking about.
Right.
It would be
right, and she kept asking the same question the same way.
Mm-hmm.
because she wasn't clear on the answer. She didn't like the answer you were giving. She wasn't-
Because she wanted to make sure she really understood.
Oh, well, that's good, isn't it?
So for her, it was too ambiguous.
I honestly don't completely know why she kept asking that.
Were you clear in your communication?
Yes, we trialed between 4 to 6 weeks.
She
and
did.
Yes, and Allison happened to walk in during it, and
She asked me the same question too, and I
She
gave her
wanted
the-
a different answer.
yeah,
probably.
because I
Probably.
said
It had
I
to
said
be.
the same thing that Paula did, and she kind of looked at me too, like
So to say, you know, is this,
I think it
you
was
don't
a
necessarily
problem.
agree with the 4 to 6, or this is gonna be difficult for you. Is that what you're saying? Because that's what we want.
Yeah, and,
Right,
and I
right.
think most people struggle with that because you think about it. If you ever go interview in another school system or even at a daycare or different places, they usually hire you right there. There is no trial period
Well,
for
children
most.
do that all the time. It's called they keep pushing the button.
Pavlov's
Because eventually, they're gonna get the answer they want.
Want.
You're gonna
Yeah.
say, all right, enough, just do it, and don't ask me that another time. Go. And maybe that's
What do you
what was
call
happening. the broken record syndrome.
that? Oh, yeah,
Again and
okay.
again and
Yeah.
again.
And yeah,
Okay.
they wear you down.
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you.